From the Muppet Babies Classic Children's Tales. Retold by Louise Gitkow, illustrated by Tom Brannan, and art direction by Lauren Antonello. Hans Brinker of the Silver Skates by Mary Mapes Dodge. In Holland, when the winds grow cold and winter comes, the waterways freeze over. Then you can see a very special sight. All the Dutch children, and the grown-ups too, skating to school and to work on the country's many canals turned to ice. If you had been there many years ago, you might have seen Hans Brinker and his little sister Gretel on their wooden skates. Hans had made these skates because their family was too poor to afford real ones, for their father was very sick. He had been hurt years before in a fall, so Mrs. Brinker had to keep her family from starving, making a living from spinning, knitting, and raising vegetables. Though Hans and Gretel's wore homemade wooden skates, they were two of the best skaters in their village. One day, a contest was announced, and the prizes were to be two beautiful pairs of silver skates to the boy and girl who won. Hans and Gretel wanted very much to take part. Hilda van Gleck, a kind girl from a wealthy family, saw how much they wanted to try their luck. She had only enough money of her own to pay for one pair of skates, but she eagerly gave Hans the money. Hans decided to buy skates for Gretel so she could race in the contest. Hans would not accept the money as a gift, so Hilda asked him to carve her a pretty wooden chain for her neck, just like the one he had carved for Gretel. The chain came out so well that after carving one, he carved another. In this way, he managed to save enough money to buy skates for both Gretel and himself. Hans was excited about the contest, but his father's illness worried him. While going to purchase the skates, he caught sight of a very famous doctor. He begged the doctor to come to the aid of his father. The doctor kindly agreed, and soon after an operation, Hans and Gretel's father began to get well. And who were the winners of the contest? Gretel was the fastest skater among the girls and won her silver skates. Hans himself did not win the prize, but he did win the respect of all who knew him and the health of his father, which were greater prizes by far. The end.